All right, we're back, and we've watched the entire Wonder Man series. And if you saw our initial first impression video, we didn't love it. And the question is, were we wrong? Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Guy Wozniak, and with me, as always, is my good friend and co-host, Matt.
Hey.
And we are the Comic Book Guys, and we're here to talk about the Disney Plus show, Wonder Man.
Wonder Man.
Catch everybody up for us. What did we already cover, and where are we going here
today?
Yeah,
we watched the first two episodes because, it came out at 9 o'clock at night, our time. We could only get through the first night because, of course, we have jobs, regular jobs and full lives and everything. So we can only get a video about the first two episodes. That's all we had time for. But then we both had time to watch the entire series. So now we're ready to talk about the entire show and our impressions of everything and how we thought it turned out. And I got to say, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people talking about this show.
I haven't seen a lot of discourse on the internet, on YouTube, on social media about the show, other than in our initial little review video. We did get some criticisms from people saying, "Why didn't you watch the whole thing?" And as Matt said, we got stuff to do.
We got lives.
Sorry. We wanted to do a first impression, so we watched the first two videos or episodes. But not a lot of talk about this one. But the reviews, the critical reviews, Rotten Tomatoes score and whatnot, was rated very high, despite the fact that on our first impression, after two episodes, we were pretty bored with the show. That said, the show did pick up, right?
It did. Yes, it did. After the first two episodes, it did pick up. It was a slow burn, which I'm glad it was. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed once I got to see the entire series, I did overall enjoy it. There were some moments like the Doorman episode that didn't need to be a full episode, I didn't think. I did, and plus, it was a little nod to the Great Lakes Avengers. I thought that was kind of cool that they brought in his character. And they explained what the Doorman clause was. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It's for insurance purposes. But, honestly, you could have done without that entirely and just said, hey, you can't have powers and be in the film set because of insurance reasons. That alone would just make sense.
Yeah, let's step back for a second. So the first two episodes, which we talked about ad nauseum, we'll just quickly kind of what is it? It was the introduction of both Simon Williams and Trevor, and a little bit about their backgrounds. We covered all of that. It was super slow going. As Matt had coined it, this isn't really Wonder Man. This is Simon Williams, struggling actor.
Yes,
I think was the title that you suggested. So then we get to episode 3 and then episode 4. Episode 3 is Pacoima. I just wrote down all the names of the episodes here. And that was basically just going to mom's birthday party.
Yeah.
And then episode 4 was Doorman, and that was a whole flashback episode explaining what this Doorman clause was that Simon Williams had to sign a waiver for in episode 1 or 2 to do a, what's the word I'm looking for here? He had to go do
a screen test,
Yeah, go do an audition.
Yeah, audition, yeah.
And both of us were like, what the heck's Doorman clause? But that gets explained in episode 4.
Yeah.
2 more relatively boring episodes in my opinion. And here was my initial reaction getting to episode 4. If we didn't have this YouTube channel and we weren't going to be talking about this, I'd have stopped watching the show at that point, and it would have been a mistake because the show did finally pick up around episode 5 and 6. But 2 hours of what is going on here is just too much.
I can see why they dropped all 8 at once, because I could easily see someone watching this and getting through the first 2-3 episodes and and just stop watching it. If you got to wait a week at a time to watch it, a lot of people probably would have dropped off. And I got a lot of my friends at work and stuff. They're not into comics or anything like that. And they were asking me hey, what is this Wonder Man? Is this worth watching? They'll ask me, hey, and it invariably happens when a new movie or a show comes out. I have coworkers and friends at work that'll ask me, hey, who is Wonder Man? What's this about? And I'll tell them, and they'll go, oh, well, what does it have to do with the show? I'm like, well, nothing really besides his name, which is most things Marvel, the cinematic universe, puts out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were asking me about it. They said the same thing, just so that, the normies out there kind of got the same impression that, this is pretty boring. But I did tell them to stick it out, to watch it, because every episodes, they're pretty short, so they're easy to get through. It doesn't really drag out that long. But it's definitely worth watching in its entirety, in my opinion.
So then episode 5 and 6, like I said, it finally starts to pick up. We get callbacks for Simon and Trevor to go do another reading for Von, what's his name?
Oh, I forget. This fictitious director.
Yeah, the big director guy that everybody loves. Is that the one where they have to do the Joey Pantoliano episode? That was episode 5, I think, where they're looking for a place to film.
No, the audition tape was episode 2.
Oh, was that episode 2?
That was pretty early on.
What was the callback episode then? Oh, that was where he got videotaped by the kid on the scooter.
Yeah.
And they have to go get the stolen motorcycle back for the kid in order to get the video.
And they're making like this they're saying it's like a drug lab, but it's not.
It's a candy.
They're making candy with like tahini and stuff like that. My wife loves that.
Right, yeah.
I mean, peach rings alone, you don't need to add anything to those. That's enough crap on there already. But the tahini, my wife loves that stuff. Not for me.
So I got mixed up there on the episodes.
I will say that episode got a laugh. I actually laughed out loud at that point where the other guy that was after Trevor shows up and says, come on out or I'm going to, kill your friend here. And he's like, oh, yes, please.
Yeah.
I actually rewound and watched that again. That got a laugh out of me. That was pretty good. So Ben Kingsley, he was good in this. He was really good in this. I liked him a lot. I liked his character and stuff. And I got to say, it makes me kind of want to go see Shang-Chi just to see how he is in it.
Oh, you never watched Shang-Chi?
No, I never watched Shang-Chi.
I mean, it's not like I want the 2 hours of my life back, but, it was just a typical meh Marvel movie.
I've never been a huge, Master of Kung Fu fan, really.
No,
not really.
But anyway, so the guys they get into a fight and somebody videotapes the fight and they're like, oh God, he's got proof that Simon Williams is powered.
We get to see him using some powers and stuff. That was cool. That was a cool moment.
So they chase this kid down and he's like, well, if you help me, I'll give you the tape and yada, yada. Most of you have seen this by now. Then he goes to the directors and they do the readings and ultimately Simon is given the role.
Well, they go to the director's house, which I really enjoyed that episode where everyone goes to the director's house and he has them. He's like, oh, I just don't want you guys to read lines. I want you to do improvisational scenes and I'm going to give you, okay, here you go. You are a wife and husband and you hate her and you love her and you love him and, things like that. And so they just had to come up with this stuff on the spot. And it really showcased Simon's problem is that he was always trying to be someone else. And the director was trying to get out of him. No, I want you to draw on your own life experiences. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. And so that's what Simon's problem was, that he was always trying to get into someone else's head instead of just reaching into his own past because he was trying to suppress all these things to hide his powers.
Did you ever get the impression, maybe I'm totally off base here, but did you ever get the impression that they were trying to make Simon I don't know, somewhere on the spectrum, maybe autism, maybe Asperger's? Did you ever get this like he has trouble communicating with people? He has trouble internalizing feelings? Or do you think maybe I'm missing the mark on that one? You guys let me know in the comments below too.
I never got that impression.
No?
Yeah, I don't remember thinking that. And I don't think that idea popped into my head.
Yeah,
that's not the idea I got.
At one point I was like, I think this guy's supposed to have Asperger's. I don't know, maybe not.
I just kind of thought he was his issues was he was overthinking things, all these roles too much because, he's trying to think about a completely different person and how they would react instead of, again, drawing on his own life experiences for this role, whatever roles he was trying out for or he was in. And that really tripped him up a lot and he got in his own way. And so that director helped bring that out of him. And I see that's what kind of kicks off his journey into being himself and being comfortable in his own skin. So then at the very end is when we get that moment, where Trevor's been locked up for a while and Wonder Man comes to the rescue. And I thought that was really cool.
Now, before he gets locked up, though, so we get to episode 7 where they're working on the movie now, and Simon's doing his typical things like, oh, those are the wrong glasses. The glasses need to be more like the originals, and he's getting pedantic over every little aspect of the movie and the character.
He kind of gets a little bit of an ego.
And then the bomb kind of drops between episode 7 or 8, I forget where. And I say the bomb drops, it literally does, where he finds out oh, Trevor's actually spying on him for the government.
Yeah.
And Simon loses his shit, literally.
And just boom.
Blows up.
Yeah, destroys, this is late at night. There's no one around.
Nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, nobody gets hurt. And he just loses it. And he has this big concussive blast that comes out of him and just destroys this whole like big building,
studio,
like a studio or
set.
something like that, some kind of set,
soundstage. I think that's what the Hollywood types call it, soundstage.
I don't know.
But yeah, it blows up the building basically.
So everybody's all over it. All these agencies are there investigating this stuff and everything.
And then probably, I don't know, I guess you'd call it a redemption arc. I'm not really sure, but Trevor sacrifices himself for his friend in an effort to make up for his wrongdoing of setting up his friend. Says, no, it was me. I did it. And he goes down.
Yeah, he puts on the Mandarin outfit.
That was cool.
Guys again, the outfit and the whole, he
does a little
ties
video.
His hair back and stuff, and he makes a video and releases it as the Mandarin. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. He threw himself on the altar for his friend. And then you also find out that, like, before I had said that the damage control guy, he seemed to be like he was a rogue agent. No. He was desperate for different reasons, though, because their agency was facing budget cuts. So that's why he's so desperate and so eager to go at. He's like kind of grasping at straws.
He's trying to save his job.
Yeah, that was it. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. You know? I'm like, okay. So again, it was well done. It was well made. But I know exactly why they released them all at once, because I think a lot of people probably would have tuned out.
Now here's the last kind of like head scratcher for me, and it went off the rails a lot of times just by being boring and whatnot. But then at the very end, Simon's gotta go rescue Trevor from basically a huge underground prison facility. So his scheme is he's gonna pose as wanting to do like character research, and he hooks up with this guy that works at the prison.
Yeah, because this is like sometime in undisclosed amount of time after the movie comes out, and now he's a big star.
Yeah,
the movie was a huge hit. Everybody knows who Simon Williams is at this point.
And Trevor went away to jail, so Joey Pantaleone took his part.
I laughed my ass off when I see Joey Pantaleone on the set. I'm like, that is fantastic.
Yeah, it was funny.
And when he comes face to face with Trevor's one of his first questions is, "Who took my part?
It doesn't matter.
Who played my role?" And he's like, "I don't worry about it." But I thought that was good. I laughed my ass off at that.
But he kind of scams his way into getting access to the prison by working. He's telling this guy like, "Oh, I just want to like study you and study your life because it's for a role, but I can't tell you what the role is.
Yeah,
and you can't tell anybody that we're doing this. And then I need you to take me into this super secure job that you have and sneak me in there, and then I'm gonna escape with the Mandarin." I mean, it was just so, and I get it's like a comic book movie, I guess, but like we were meant to take this all very seriously for the entirety of the 8-episode show, and now suddenly
he does spend some time with this guy, and he's living with the family and stuff under the guise of I'm studying your life because I have a role coming up that's going to be like you. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm studying to be this character. So he does spend some time with the family and seeing, the normal struggles that, normal families have and stuff. And they are accepting, and they show him this stuff. These are our lives. They welcome into their home and everything. So they do set it up. So, I mean, I don't know how long he's with the family, but there is some time that he spends with them.
Maybe it's days, maybe it's weeks.
It's not clear.
Somewhere in there. But here's the real, like, off the rails part for me. So he breaks Trevor out, and they fly away happily ever after. Dude who was helping him get into the jail illegally is now going to prison for probably forever. Like you just threw this poor family man that makes some crappy living.
Yeah, whose wife has health problems.
And there's a little scene at the end where he's like, "Oh, I got this huge deposit in my bank account. Don't matter, you're still going to jail. Like I guess your wife and kids are going to be taken care of." But like it was not like superheroic at all.
Yeah, it kind of screwed that guy over somewhat.
But that's basically the recap of the show. Now, what did we think? You said already that in the end you liked it.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was worth the slower portions of the show, the series, to watch it all the way through. I'm glad I did, and I enjoyed it.
I would say, again, I would have stopped watching it by episode number 4 if it wasn't for this dynamic that we have going on of making a video and wanting to talk about it.
Yeah.
It took way too long to get to the good parts, and the good parts are basically episodes 6 and 7-ish, maybe a little bit of 5. And even when it got to that point, I didn't think it was great. It just, it was, like you said, Simon Williams, struggling actor. It never got off of that rail.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to watch a show about a struggling actor, I mean, this is a show to watch, but I didn't really want to sign up for that. So, like, I didn't love it.
Yeah, I can see why not a lot of people are talking about this. It wasn't groundbreaking by any means. It was okay. It was good. I enjoyed watching it. Will I rewatch it? No, I've seen it. I'm good. But yeah, I can see why not a lot of people are talking about it. It was an okay show about a D-list Marvel character. But am I looking forward to see him in the movies and stuff? Sure, absolutely. They've set up who Simon Williams is, who Wonder Man is. We know who he is now, and I think that was the entire idea of this series, was to set it up so we know who he is, and so he does make an appearance, because this Simon Williams does not deserve a movie on his own.
Probably not.
No, probably not. But he, like in the comics, he's always a good team character. He's always a good person to have on the team. So when they do reintroduce him in probably Doomsday, I would guess, hey, okay, people are going to know who he is.
Secret Wars, is that
Secret
coming up
Wars,
at some point?
Doomsday. I mean, who knows? They have so many people in those movies signed up for those movies. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that I watched it all the way through.
Yeah, overall, do I think it was terrible? No, the acting was quite good. The acting was great. Let's just say it, right? The acting was great. The production was great. It was just, in my opinion, for my tastes, a boring, lackluster story that took way too long to get to the point. But I'm probably wrong. I mean, if, again, you look at the Rotten Tomato scores, I think this is actually maybe considered the highest rated Marvel MCU show so far, which I find, on one hand, hard to believe, but then when I start thinking back to all the other shows,
that's a pretty low bar.
Yeah, maybe it is.
So, but I would agree. I think it's one of the better Marvel shows they've put out. I wish they would do more of those one shots, like they did for Werewolf by Night. I really liked that.
I didn't see that one.
It's good. It's worth watching.
Okay.
It's solid. It's really good. It introduces you to Jack Russell, Werewolf by Night, and another character that I'm not going to spoil for you.
Oh, okay.
It's worth a watch. Definitely check it out. I wish they would do more like that under the Marvel Spotlight, banner. I think that's cool. Because Marvel I have the full run. I love that series. It's a really cool series where they introduce a lot of new characters and stuff. And of course, that's where we get our first Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And Spider Woman. That's another one.
Oh yeah, Spider Woman. Was that 32? Yeah. Issue 32, I think.
Yes. Marvel Spotlight number 32. I have a graded copy, signed by Stan, and a raw copy for my long box.
Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, that's basically it. We wanted to kind of revisit it and do a full, here's what we thought of the show, because some people did complain that we just reviewed the first two episodes. We said it at the beginning of that, the show came out at 9:00 last night. We wanted to get a couple of episodes in. We wanted to do a first impressions. I thought that was explained really clearly, but still we got complainers in the comments saying, why are you reviewing this if you haven't watched it all? Because it's, 8+ hours long, and we wanted to have a video out the day it was released.
Yeah.
Obviously. So this is our full take on it. And overall, I think we are both a little bit more positive. I'm a little bit more positive on it than I was. Matt, maybe a little bit more than me even. Yeah. And I would recommend it, I guess.
Absolutely. I would recommend. I would give a strong recommendation to watch this.
If you hate it, don't blame me. But if you, there's some comments on the last video, which, but more than a few, that people were saying oh, this is my favorite Marvel thing ever. This seems a little crazy to me. Maybe your favorite Marvel show, but even then, I think there was some better stuff.
I could see that being someone's favorite Marvel show. Sure.
Okay. I mean, everyone has different tastes.
Are not good.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
Yeah.
But I would recommend it. I'd say check it out. I think you could do worse with your time. That's basically the bottom line. I don't think that it's Rotten Tomatoes 90% caliber or whatever they rated it at. But
I'd say it's fine. It's a good solid show.
Give it a letter grade. If you were the teacher and the kid turned in Wonder Man as the paper, we're gonna give it
I'd give it a B.
I was gonna say C+.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually fairly reflective of what we've said here.
Yeah.
But all right, let's wrap this one up. Hope you guys liked it. Yeah, I think check it out. Let us know what you think in the comments. And, I bet a lot of people will actually enjoy it, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I did.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in and watching. I guess we will close this one out today by saying, as always, keep collecting comics. And, of course, keep watching our videos. And until the next one, bye now.